Hello everyone, I am Abhisha Yadav, student of BSc first year Mathematics group from Isabella Thoban College, Lucknow. Today I am going to discuss about the topic singular points. So, first of all, what is singular point? So, it is a point on the curve at which the curve behaves in an extraordinary manner. So, if I draw a graph, so here if I draw curve, then here we can see at this point the behavior of the curve changes. So means first the graph was decreasing and suddenly at this point the graph started increasing. So this is a point where where the nature of the curve is changing. So this point is known as singular point. So basically there are two types of singular points. First is multiple point and the second is point of inflection. So first we will discuss about multiple points. So again, if we draw a draw curves, sorry. So suppose this is C1, this is C2 and this is C3. So we can see that multiple curves are passing from a single point. So this point will be known as multiple point. Okay, in the definition we can see that it is a point through which more than one branches of the curve passes. As in this figure also we can see here that this is a point, and from which three curves are passing. So this point is known as multiple point. Now, double point. What is double point? A point through which two branches of curve passes. As in this figure we can see that this is curve 1 and this is curve 2. So both have a common point and this point is known as double point. Similarly, we can find the graph for triple point, that is there three curves will pass through a single point and that point will be known as triple point. Now types of double point. So the first is node. So what is node? If distinct branches have distinct tangent, means what? If I draw a graph and draw curve, suppose this is curve 1 and this is curve 2. So, and if I draw a tangent, if I draw tangent to both the curves, then we can see that both the two curves have two different tangents. So this is the point which is known as node. Okay, so in this figure also we can see that here are two curves, here are two curves passing through a point, and two different tangents are drawn. So this point is known as node. Now what is cusp? A double point is called cusp if 1 minute. A double point is called cusp if two distinct branches have common tangent. Means if we have this tangent and we have distinct branches, distinct branches have common tangent. Means this is a curve, suppose this is curve 1. So distinct branches means these are different, means they lie on the opposite side. So both have the same point, and this point they have common tangent. So this point is known as cusp. Okay, if two distinct branches have common tangent, then it is known as cusp. Okay, now the type of cusp. So first is single cusp. What is single cusp? Curve lie on the same side of the common normal. Okay, let me explain with the graph again. Suppose I draw, this is the normal and this is a tangent. And suppose if I draw, this is curve 1 and this is curve 2. Sorry, this is curve 1 and this is curve 2. Okay, so both the curves are lying on the common side of the normal, means they are lying on the same side. So this is known as single point. So in the single cusp we have two different types, that is first kind and second kind. In the first kind, the curve lie on the same side of the common tangent, as we have drawn in this graph, that both the curves are lying on the same side of the common tangent, and this is known as first kind. So in similarly, in second kind we can see that curve lie on the opposite side of the common tangent, means if a curve is lying upward, and so the other will lie downward. And as we can see in this graph, that curve 1 is lying upward and curve 2 is lying downward, means opposite sides, and both of them have common tangent. Okay, so this is the second kind. Now the double cusp means the curve lie on the both side of the common normal. If I explain you with this graph, then in this we can see that suppose this is curve 1 and this is, sorry, this is curve 1 and this is curve 2. This is not exactly, but suppose this is curve 1 and this is curve 2, so both are lying on the same side of the common tangent. Okay, means कि देखिए यहाँ पे ये मतलब एक साइड में लाई कर रहा है, ये नॉर्मल है, तो ये ऊपर ही दोनों लाई कर रहे हैं, तो इसको हम कहते हैं डबल कस्प. ओके, सो in this also there are two types. First is first kind and the second is second kind. So in this first one, curve lie on the same side of the common tangent, means the tangent is common and both lie on the same side. Okay, similarly in the second kind, both lie on the opposite side, means if a curve 1 is lying upward, then the other will lie downward. Okay, now next is isolated or conjugate point. So let me explain this. Sorry, let me explain this with the graph. This is y-axis and this is x-axis, and suppose this is a curve. So by the definition, if we see, so a point is called isolated or conjugate point if there exists no real point on the curve in its neighborhood. Means if we take a point P in the neighborhood of this curve, then if we see that there are some points on this curve, okay, there will be points on this curve, but we can see that there is no real point that is common to both. means what we means what कि कोई भी ऐसा पॉइंट नहीं है जो कि दोनों के लिए कॉमन हो, तो बोथ आर डिफरेंट, सो देयर एग्जिस्ट नो रियल पॉइंट ऑन द कर्व इन इट्स नेबरहुड, सो दिस इज द आइसोलेटेड पॉइंट. नाउ नेचर ऑफ डबल पॉइंट. So the first is, if the double point is origin, means if x is 0 and y is also 0, then it is origin. So the rule is we have to find the tangent equation at origin. So how we will find? We will find it by equating the lowest degree term to 0. Okay, and if the tangents are real and distinct, then the origin is node. Similarly, if the tangents are imaginary, then the origin is conjugate point, and if the tangents are real and coincident, then the origin is either a cusp or a conjugate point. Okay, so let me explain this with the example here. Here is the example. that we have to find the nature and origin of the curve. The curve is given here. So first we know that we have to find the we have to equate the lowest degree term equal to 0. So in this we can see this is the lowest degree term. Okay, now we will equate it equal to 0. So if we will equate it equal to 0, then we will find y square equals to minus 2 by 3 x square. Okay, and when we remove this square sign, then we will get plus minus under root minus 2 by 3 and x square. Okay, and we know if there is minus sign in the under root, then it is known as imaginary. So there is some error here, sorry, this is not minus, this is, there is no minus sign, there is some printing error. So okay, so here we can see we will replace this minus sign with I. So we will get plus minus I under root 2 by 3, this is 3x अंडर रूट के अंदर से एक्स स्क्वायर को बाहर निकालेंगे तो यहाँ पे एक्स हो जाएगा. ओके, सो हमें यहाँ पे देख रहे हैं कि द बोथ tangents at origin are imaginary. So as we know, if the tangent at origin are imaginary, then the origin is a conjugate point. Okay, now here is the second example. We have to find the nature of origin on the curve given. So similarly we will put the lowest degree term equals to 0. So here y square, we will put y square equals to 0, then we will get y equals to 0. And here we see that the curve has coincident tangent, means 0 0. So it the origin is either a cusp or a conjugate point. Then we will find the points. So using the formula, that Sridharacharya formula, that is minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a, using that formula we will calculate here. We have to do the calculation here, and in this we will see that here in under root we will get under root minus 4 minus x. And if we will, and यहाँ पे कोई भी मतलब छोटी सी छोटी वैल्यू यहाँ पे अगर हम x की पुट करते हैं तो ये कभी भी ज़ीरो नहीं होगा. ओके, ये पॉजिटिव रहता है हमेशा. तो यहाँ पे देख रहे हैं कि सो द ओरिजिन विल बी कस्प. ओके, नाउ नेचर ऑफ डबल पॉइंट. हमने इसके पहले भी नेचर ऑफ डबल पॉइंट देखा था, लेकिन वो ओरिजिन पे देखा था, 0,0 पे देखा था. लेकिन यहाँ पे हम देखेंगे किसी भी प्लेन में भी अगर कोई भी कर्व, तो उसका क्या नेचर होता है, नोड कस्प का क्या नेचर है, यहाँ से हम फाइंड करेंगे. सो द रूल इज वी हैव टू पुट द फंक्शन इक्वल टू 0. Now the step 1 is we have to calculate del f upon del x and del f upon del y. Step 2, in step 2 we have to put del f upon del x and del f upon del y equals to 0, and we have to calculate the value of y and x. And by finding the values of x and y, we will find the possible points, that is x1 comma y1, x2 y2, and so on we will find. Now what we will do is we have to put one by one that values in this equation. Okay, and the values which satisfy that equation, we will choose that points. Okay, means we have to find that values which satisfied the given equation. So here we let that that points are x1 comma y1, x2 comma y2. Okay, so in step 3 again we will find del 2f upon del x square, del 2f upon del y square, and del 2f upon del x del y. Okay, and we have to find all these values at the point which we have calculated earlier that satisfied the equation. We have to find all these values at that point. Okay, now this is a very important formula. This is a very important formula, that is del 2f upon del x del y whole square minus del square f upon del x square to the power square and del 2f upon del y square to the whole square, and if this value is greater than 0, okay, this value is greater than 0, then the double point will be node, and if it is equal to 0, then it will be cusp, and if it is less than 0, then the double point will be conjugate point. So all these three are very important points to be remember. This is very important. Now here is an example. We have to discuss the position and nature of the double point for the curve given. This is the curve. We have to find the position and nature. So first of all, we know that we have to calculate del f upon del x. So we know how to calculate del f upon del x, means we have to do the differentiation in respect to x, means we will keep the other terms constant. So if we will calculate del f upon del x, then we will get from this equation is 4x cube plus 12ax square plus here it will be 0 as there is no x term, it will be 0, and plus 8a square x, and this will be also 0 as there is no term of x. So similarly we can calculate the value of del f upon del y. Now what we will do is we have to put the value of del f upon del x equals to 0. Okay, when we will put it equal to 0, we will find the value of x and the value of y. Okay, we will find the possible points, and we know then we have to put that all that points in this equation, and the points that satisfy this equation we have to find. Okay, so I have calculated here that the points which will satisfy the equation will be 0 comma a, minus a comma 0, and minus 2a comma a. All these points will satisfy this equation. Okay, now what we will do is we have to calculate the value of del 2f upon del x square, del 2f upon del y square, means we have to again differentiate it, then we will get all these values, and we know that the point that satisfy the equation, as we have calculated earlier, we have to calculate all these values at that points. Okay, so here I have calculated at that points. So, and as we know, this formula is very important. I have discussed this the formula, that now we will put all these values in this equation. So we will get 48a to the power 4, which we know that it is greater than 0. So if it is greater than 0, then we know that it is a node. Okay, so it is a node. And similarly, if we will put the point minus a comma 0 and minus 2a comma a, then we will get node. I have not shown here, but we will get node. Okay, now our next topic in this singular point only is concavity and convexity. We will discuss in detail. Okay, So what is concave upward? Concave upward is also known as convexity, sorry. So if I draw this curve, okay, and on this, if I draw a tangent, if I draw tangent, if I draw tangent, then we can see that this curve is lying above the tangents. Okay, so by the definition we can see the curve is said to be concave upward at the point if the position of the curve on the both side of the point lies above the tangent. Means uh, this curve is lying above the tangent, both the tangents. So this is known as convexity. Sorry. So, and in this situation the condition will be del square y upon del x square will be greater than 0. And similarly in this condition, means in concavity the graph will be like this, the curve will be downward, and if I draw tangent to tangent, means here we can see that this curve is lying below both the tangents. So this is known as concavity. So by the definition it is the curve is said to be concave downward at the point if position of the curve on the both side of the point lies below the tangent, as I have shown here. Now here the condition is del 2 y upon del x square is less than 0. Okay, now point of inflection. Point of inflection means if at some point a curve changes its concavity from upward to downward or vice versa. As we can see in this graph that first the curve was like this and suddenly it is like this. So at this point the curve is changing its concavity from upward to downward or from downward to upward. So this is the inflection point. So this is known as point of inflection. Now here is an example that we have to prove that y is equals to e to the power x is everywhere concave upward. So as we know the condition that if it will be, this will be greater than 0, then it will be always concave upward. Okay, and if it will be less than 0, so it will be concave downward. Okay, so in this question we can see that if we calculate the value of dy by dx, then it is e to the power x, and if we calculate d2y upon dx square, then it is this, and we can see that it is e to the power x. Means if we put the value of x 0, then we can see it is 1. If we can see that if we put minus 2 in place of x minus 2, then we can see we will get 2 upon e to e, means which is greater than 0. Okay, so by this we can say the curve is upward everywhere. Okay, now here is one more example. We have to find the point of inflection for this curve. So similarly we can calculate here that the first we have to calculate first derivative, then second derivative, and then we will calculate the value, means we will put f double dash equals to 0, then we will find the value of x. Okay, we will find the value of x, and we can see that we have here it is x, it will come x is equals to 1. So if we will put the value of x is equals to 1 in this equation, then we will get the points. So it will be 1 comma minus 3 will be the answer. Means the value of x will be 1, so it will put in instead of x 1 we will get -3. So the answer will, the point of inflection will be 1 comma -3. Okay. Now here is the bibliography. So now I will conclude my presentation, and thank you so much.